environmentalists because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
And a very, very good, finally, Friday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shawn Wilson. It is the Exploring Energy Radio Show here on 96.5 KECO. Happy Halloween to you, by the way. It is the 31st day of October, and here's what's on the menu. The Halloween menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. They're located at 1510 West 9th Street there in Fairview Village. You can call in your order, or call in to get any kind of information if you wish to make a donation. 225-5821. 225-5821. Open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Regular meals, $8. Senior citizens meals, $7. That's the entire tally. Everyone is welcome today. Beef stew, salad, cornbread, dessert. That's a chilly morning. Beef stew, perfect. Beef stew, salad, cornbread, and dessert. That's what's on the menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. Amy Donuts, our official Friday donut sponsor here at Paragon Communications. 301 North Van Buren, right here in Elk City. Business hours Monday through Sunday, 4:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. And if you'd like to have some specialty donuts or you have a large order, you can call ahead, preferably a day ahead if you can. 303-7203. 580-303-7203. Try their, their smoothies, have been told, are fantastic. They've got those kolaches. They've got the donuts. Got it all. Amy Donuts in Elk City, 301 North Van Buren. Tell them we sent you. And the Carnegie Caravan, bringing books right to you, delivered to you, free by the Friends of the Carnegie Library. If you're having trouble reading regular print, then ask them about their new free program that can help with that. 225-0132, Friends of the Carnegie Library, Carnegie Caravan, bringing books right to you. 225-0136, 225-0136. And here at the station, we're Sutty Strong. Hope you are, too. If not, you need to be. Helping little Sutton Hunt, 3-year-old girl from Hammond. She has been afflicted, and she needs your help. The family needs your help. The Hammond All Sports getting full in behind this. All proceeds go to medical expenses. All proceeds. I'm telling you straight up. Raffle tickets for $100. Okay? So, winners, first place, $5,000. Second place, $3,000. Third place, $2,000. Like I said, it's my hope and prayer that whoever wins that just donates that money right back. Get a hold of Lynn Walker, 580-660-0201. They're doing it between now and November 12th. Help this little girl out. Be Sutty Strong. Little Sutton Hunt needs your help, and we're glad to be able to sing that from the mountaintops here at the radio station. She needs your prayers, too, but the financial support to help that family, it's astronomical. 660-0210. Lynn Walker. Thank you for all those that are putting that on for this young lady. Kennedy Walker was the one. Well, it's not Walker now, but Kennedy, maiden name Walker, was the one who called and told me about it. So, yeah, we need to get Sutty Strong, and you be a part of that. Here we go. Some of the commodity prices to start the day, and they're in the green, which not way up, but they're not down. West Texas Intermediate above $60 a barrel, now $60.71. That's a 14-cent increase on a December contract. New York Mercantile Exchange. ICE Future Exchange out of London has the global benchmark up 8 cents to $65.08 a barrel. Also a December contract. Tocom crude oil in Japan up 750 yen per kiloliter on a November contract out of Tokyo. A New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas. Now listen for this one here. Up 15 cents, trading at $4.11 per million BTU. So above the $4 mark. The optimal is $4.50. I mean, that is optimal. Anything above $3.50 is good. But $4.50, you're going to see more drilling activity, no doubt. That's a December contract. Yeah, $4.11 per million BTU. Okay, on the refined products, they're still down a skosh. Down 13 cents is RBOB gasoline. New York Mercantile Exchange trading at $200.21, November contract. Heating oil trading down $3.71 to $242.29. And gas oil down an even dollar to $722 per metric ton. Those are all November contracts out of New York City. And of course, we had President Trump talking with Xi over in the Asian tour. So the crude oil prices slipped amid trade uncertainty, a combination of the Federal Reserve's latest rate cut and the meeting between President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping sent crude oil prices falling yesterday. Early trading showed the decline continuing through the afternoon. The U.S. benchmark West Texas Intermediate and Brent crude oil taking a small dive. But again, this morning they're starting to come back up, which is really good. And again, the natural gas prices are rising sharply. You know, gas settled at $3.98 per million BTU at close of business yesterday. Again, this morning, already up to $4.30 or $4.11. The rally followed some new cold weather forecasts and increased expectations for winter heating demand across Oklahoma and the central U.S. Traders said the jump highlights a possible shift in investor sentiment toward domestic energy sources, with Oklahoma producers preparing for higher seasonal demand. That's good news if you're on this side of the oil and gas industry. So again, looking at that, I did that story earlier. 68% of the U.S. homes are natural gas heated. That's bigger than what I thought it was, but it's reasonable, no doubt about it. There are, the other alternatives, of course, are electricity. I don't know I think maybe there might be some heating oil back on the East Coast. And that's, but a very, very small, minute part. But anyway, these data centers, they are really causing some uproar across, well, not just in Oklahoma, but all renewables across the United States. Rural landowners challenge energy expansion projects is the headline of this story. Out of OK Energy today, the spread of data centers, wind farms, and solar farms across the United States has sparked resistance from landowners who rarely organize protests. Yet as renewable and digital infrastructure expands, more property owners are standing together to fight large-scale developments. In Oklahoma and beyond, these projects often demand vast acreage. For example, that proposed solar farm near Porter, northeast Oklahoma, could stretch across 5,000 acres or more. The project, developed by Next Era Energy, faces mounting oppositions from residents who argue it will erase prime farmland and disrupt their communities. That dispute now sits in Wagner County District Court, where rural families are pushing back against what they call an invasion of agricultural land under the guise of progress. Their frustration reflects a national trend, local voices demanding a say in how renewable energy projects reshape their regions. Renewable energy projects ignite these local divides as well. This growing attention has created a deep dilemma for small town leaders. Many business officials, city councils welcome projects promising jobs, tax revenue, and population growth. They see wind, solar, and data center developments as modern economic lifelines for rural towns that have struggled to attract any other kind of investment. However, the farmers and ranchers who own the land often disagree. They fear these massive projects threaten their livelihoods, erode local identity, and transform open landscapes into industrial zones. As one Oklahoma resident put it, and I quote, "We're not against clean energy. We're against losing who we are." The conflict highlights a fundamental clash between economic ambition and land preservation, with both sides believing they can, protect their future. The debate is reshaping rural politics and forcing communities to reconsider what kind of growth they truly want. Inside Climate Change reports highlights this Illinois case, okay? So recent investigation by Inside Climate News found similar concerns in Illinois, where residents are opposing a large data center project. The development promises to boost tax revenue and digital infrastructure, yet locals argue it comes at the expense of farmland and water resources. That Illinois case mirrors the tensions between we've seen here in Oklahoma and across much of the Midwest as states weigh the benefits of renewable energy and data expansion against the cost of land loss and environmental strain. As more renewable projects seek approval, rural America continues to grapple with what and where progress should stop and preservation should begin. It is kind of a dilemma. I see where Master Bill Gates has come out. He's like, okay, it's not so much about climate change. Man, these wishy-washy guys, he was the one shouting it from the mountaintop. We need to reduce the world's population. We need to strike out the carbon footprint, which would kill all plant life, which in turn would reduce population. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, he's back thumping a different drum now, so not surprising at all. Here's what is not surprising at all, and that is we're going to take a break. We're at quarter after the hour. We'll be back with more of the Finally Friday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show after this.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Hi, I'm Gary Owens, the owner of Galleria Furniture. We've partnered with Serta to bring you exclusive mattresses. And for a limited time, when you purchase one of these Serta mattresses, you'll get a Serta wireless adjustable base absolutely free. Don't forget, we always have unbeatable everyday deals like twin mattresses starting at just $99 and queen mattresses only $199.
Located in Elk City next to Tractor Supply, where friends don't let friends pay retail.
Oklahoma, do you need relief on your grocery bill? We've got you covered. 20 ribeyes for only $40 is back. Yes, 20 ribeyes for just $40 is happening right now this weekend only, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Elk City in the parking lot of Britt's Liquor Loop on 20th Street. Enjoy crazy half-price bulk deals on steak, chicken, pork chops, and seafood. Stock up now at prices on meat you haven't seen since 2019. Bulk family party packs to fill your freezer plus 20 ribeyes for $40 until sold out. 20 ribeyes for $40. Huge truckload meat sale is going fast. Huge bulk deals on New York strips, fillets, mega ribeyes, gourmet smash burgers, plus chicken and seafood. 20 ribeye steaks for just $40. And fill your freezer with bulk deals while they last on premium steak, chicken, seafood, and pork. All payments accepted, cash, credit, debit, and EBT. Hurry out, the huge truckload meat sale won't last long. Happening right now, this weekend only, in Elk City in the parking lot of Britt's Liquor Loop.
Hey folks, this is EJ Gretaman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ascoeq.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. Oilfield customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oilfield or agriculture. You needed a hose like yesterday. We will stop what we're doing, and if we got to go to our Oklahoma City shop and get it, we'll do that. And I've done that for a lot of my customers. The business I've done with the Oilfield, they got to see your face. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever the customer prefers, that's what we're going to do. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings. In the Oilfield, sometimes you get a call for a crazy, hey, can you get this? And you go find it for them. American Hose and Supply. Come by and see us at 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123.
Solves that problem.
We rent most everything, from backhoes to mowers to lifts and chainsaws. DJ's Rentals and Sales, 225-1400 on South Main in Elk City.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
This show brought to you in part by Camrock. 3 local guys with local ties just doing business with their community. They're reminding you that, you're going to put that equipment away, store that tractor. Well, do the maintenance right now. So next spring when you need it, or maybe you might need it through the winter time to clear your driveway, whatever the case may be, make sure it's ready to fire back off, just like you want it to be. It's like you need it to do. Get everything you need for tractor and motor maintenance at Camrock Supply, CAMRockSupply.com, CamrockSupply.com. Located next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. Go in there and talk to those guys. They'll take care of you. If you're not quite sure what you need, they'll give you that information also. Camrock Supply, proud supporter of this show, as is DCP Services. Jeff and Terry Davis, Toby, all the good folks there, Carly, the whole family. DCP Services, they're diversified, offering the right services with the right people on the job. They have a roustabout division, lease operators division. Their wireline division has both braided and slick line capabilities. And DCP's Pump Repair Shop in Cordell continues to rebuild those pumps to like new. You can find more about DCP on Facebook, or you can call Jeff Davis himself, 580-660-0501. Leave him a message if he doesn't answer, 580-660-0501. That's DCP Services and Fred's Steakhouse, home of the $4.99 chicken fried steak, served daily, hand-battered country gravy, house-made mashed potatoes. They also have, USDA-graded beef ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignon, sirloins, hand-cut daily by the in-house butcher. How about the freshly baked rolls baked in their in-house bakery? How about their in-house desserts made? All the appetizers, seafood, 7 kinds of chicken. They also have a full-service bar with your favorite cocktails, wines, ice-cold beer. Fred's Steakhouse can host your private event. Christmas is coming. Located at 2107 South Main Street in Elk City. Call them at 243-2100, 243-2100. Order online on the Chow Now app. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's Fred's Steakhouse here in Elk City. Okay, well, now this story. Oklahoma oil wastewater pollution exposed. Oklahoma Oilfield Wastewater Oklahoma Corporation Commission oversight and an investigation. In a bold headline, toxic wastewater from oil fields helps pouring out of the ground. Sorry, not helps, keeps. Toxic wastewater from oil fields keeps pouring out of the ground. Oklahoma regulators failed to stop it, reported the nonprofit Oklahoma journalism group, The Frontier. The news group based its investigation on the claims of a retired petroleum engineer who worked for the Oklahoma Corporation Commission in pursuit of expanding why the state saw so many wastewater well purges, which resulted in polluted farmland and crops and trees killed by the contamination. Working with ProPublica, The Frontier discovered that pollution complaints reported to the Corporation Commission swelled to more than 150 reports of such purges in just the past 5 years. News groups found state officials were aware of the problem. That year-long investigation by The Frontier and ProPublica reveals that Oklahoma Corporation Commission did not mandate that responsible companies clean up the pollution below ground, as state law requires when feasible, reported the groups. I don't know if we were ever going to fix it or not, said Danny Ray, 72, who went to work for the state agency back in 2020 and resigned in frustration 3 years later. They don't want to listen, according to Danny Ray. What the findings mean for Oklahoma land and water: well, produced water and drilling fluids carry salts and chemicals. Those fluids damage soil. Farmers report crop loss. Ranchers report tree die-offs. Communities worry about aquifers. Residents expect regulators to act, and they want accountability and cleanup. We had the incident right over here just east of us that a farmer lost 25 head of cattle. But experts say high-pressure injection can move fluids. That movement can find weak paths. Old wells and faults can become conduits. When pressure finds an outlet, purges can occur. Landowners then face brine on the surface. Fields can remain barren for years. Oklahoma Corporation Commission regulates injection wells. The public expects strong enforcement. The investigation alleges weak follow-through. Complaints mounted. More than 150 reports arrived in 5 years. About 30 reports per year average. People say action lagged. Landowners want timely orders. They also want verified remediation. Somebody come in and clean it up. Strong oversight demands the documentation. It needs baseline soil tests. It needs water sampling. It needs closure reports. It needs repeat inspections. Transparent data helps communities trust outcomes. Clear timetables help ensure compliance, according to this story. I'm going to keep an eye on this deal here because this is very important. I'm not saying that this story tells all there is to say, but I mean, if I agree that when something is pressurized, it's going to find the nearest relief point, and that's where it's going to come out. And and I think what these people are saying is you're not going to be able to stop it completely, but you need to be able to go right in there and pounce on it once it's reported that, hey, this is happening. Let's get her did. Let's get her taken care of. Let's not wait around and let the process lag. I think that's exactly what this story is intended to do, is just to kind of put a highlight on these things happen. And when they happen, they need to be addressed. They can't just be, just can't kick the can down the road with something like this, in my opinion. And on this show, it's the good and the bad. I know that we are definitely pro oil and gas. I mean, we're not anti-wind or anti-solar. Those have their places. They really do. And like I've often said, that if a company can come in and make that happen, self-sustained, not have to have all the, taxpayers foot the bill, come on with it. I mean, that's how businesses work. I guarantee you can't open a business up downtown Elk City, and if nobody's coming in, taxpayers have to pay to keep you open. It just doesn't work like that. Anyway, this waste heat, and I talked to you about that a little bit. I think it was about the middle of last week. But waste heat and additive manufacturing and Oklahoma energy policy, that's on the forefront. Oklahoma energy policy moved into the spotlight with a focused interim study. Lawmakers examined low-grade waste heat and additive manufacturing opportunities. The committee sought, practical pathways to power generation and industrial efficiency. The hearing drew entrepreneurs, funders, and advanced manufacturing leaders. Their testimony highlighted near-term projects and longer-term strategy. Didn't mean to, plan to fail. They just failed to plan. When the Oklahoma Senate Energy Committee convened that hearing yesterday, and exploring of low-grade waste heat from manufacturing, the senator who called for the interim study explained in its belief that the state should have all hands on deck on producing power. So Senator Casey Murdoch, Republican out of Felt, who made clear in his brief for electrical power in Oklahoma, we need to be looking at everything we can in producing more power generation, not just in the state of Oklahoma, but in our country, because the need is there. The demand is there. The study was formally called Low-Grade Waste Heat and Additive Manufacturing in Oklahoma. It was also a result of the state senator filing the House Bill 2402 in the past legislative session, the Oklahoma Advanced Manufacturing Incentive Act of 2025. Murdoch admitted he didn't understand waste heat when he was approached by some of those who testified during the hearing to run the bill. While the measure won approval in the House, the Senate referred it to a committee. One of those testified was Augie Smith, CEO of Fastic Energy, a firm headquartered in Cambridge, Massachusetts. He says, we're a bunch of MIT engineers, he explained, adding the need is there. Smith told Senate committee members, we're not talking to any other state at this point. Fastic Energy contends that electrifying even a small fraction of the estimated 20,000 terawatts annually in wasted heat, it could significantly reduce the need to build new power plants to meet the country's rapidly growing electricity demand. The company already has plans to build its first operation in Broken Arrow, and its 10-year plan calls for 5 plants around the state. Fastic also has considered a site at the port of Catoosa. Smith was followed by Justin Briggs, advisor to the Tulsa Local Venture and George Kaiser Family Foundation. Dr. Krista Ratliff, the President and Chief Executive Officer and the Fires Innovations Science and Technology Accelerator, also spoke to the committee. Okay, so why does this low-grade waste heat matter? Well, low-grade waste heat escapes from many facilities. New systems that convert that heat into electricity. The approach can serve data centers, factories, and logistical hubs. Scaling even a small fraction, well, reduces new power plant needs. It also improves industrial efficiency and grid resilience. So, if you're not understanding, what we're talking about is a lot of these manufacturers, they produce heat in the production of what it is they're producing. And you capture this heat, and then that heat in turn will steam water, turn turbines, make electricity. From what I understand, and the research I've kind of done on this, it would also enable that generated energy, that electricity right there on site, be used by that manufacturer. It may not be enough to run the whole place, but even if it takes even 25 to 30% of that electricity capacity and produces it from this waste heat that had just been escaping into the air or, whatever the case may be, it would mean that would be 25 to 30% less strain on the local grid, which means more electricity for other entities, other communities. I think it is a fantastic idea. Now, I haven't seen a lot of what is the return on investment, So in other words, if you do this, you start capturing this heat, what are those capturing units? What is, your turbines? What is the electrical process going to entail? How much, what kind of lifespan does it have? How much maintenance is going to do? There's a lot of things to be answered, but the one thing that is very clear, and that is this heat has been just going to waste. Why not capture it and do some good with it? I like this idea, and I'm excited that Oklahoma is on the forefront of this deal. So some of the next steps for this policy process will be, legislators now weighing permitting incentives and, sitting. They also examine grid interconnection and industrial load management. Stakeholders want predictable timelines. They also want coordinated state-local action. Oklahoma can move first on waste heat and additive manufacturing. The hearing created momentum for tangible projects. We're at the bottom of the hour here on this Halloween Friday. I got some information about trick-or-treaters and the ball games when we continue right after this.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. One of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe? Catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for. Of course, they got burgers. They got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Janice's Cafe.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavors 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
I've always wanted to learn French. but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
Isn't it interesting the things we do with labels when it comes to oil and natural gas?
You know, saying the world is coming to an end is it's a bit of a crazy statement. And I'm sure in those 100 years with the natural gas that we have, we will find some other way to produce energy.
So you're not worried? You're an optimist?
Yeah.
Good.
So I just think people have lost perspective on how much oil and gas is crucial to how they live.
See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
For garage doors, repairs, and more, call C&M Overhead Door at 580-515-1688.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Back once again, ASCO Equipment, one of 27 locations through western Oklahoma, well, in all Oklahoma, New Mexico, Texas. Got one right here in Elk City, 513 West 20th Street. Branch manager's Jeremy Bridgman. They want to be a partner in your project. That's more than a statement. That's their code, their credo, if you will. Have over 200 factory-trained certified technicians. 24 hours, 7-day-a-week service on equipment. They'll come and service your equipment, no matter where you bought it, when you bought it, what brand it is. They have equipped with over 140 field service trucks with the latest repair and diagnostic tools right on board. They can service any kind of equipment. Also, $21 million worth of equipment parts in stock, making it easier to get your equipment back to you. A lot of times, maybe your equipment goes down and you need to continue work. Well, they can rent you equipment, or you can trade it in for a better new or used piece of equipment. They do want to be a partner in your project. They're family-owned. The Key family, a bunch of great people. They understand it. They're right out there in the elbow to elbow with their workers. And they've been operating under the core values of honoring God, developing people, pursuing excellence, and growing profitability since 1960. ASCO Equipment online, ASCOEQ.com. ASCOEQ.com. Or call them at 323-3422. Or better yet, stop by 513 West 20th Street. Bart Shields on the equipment sales side, equipment rentals, E.J. Gredeman, who will be our guest this next Monday. And if you have minerals and royalties you need help, well, David Allen Guest, he's the guy. He's the real deal. He knows it. He understands it. He's been doing it for himself and others for nearly 40 years, and I'm telling you, he can do it for you. And he's a guy you can trust, a guy you're going to be glad you're doing business with. David Allen Guest, he is that man. Takes you just a few minutes to be around this guy to understand what I'm talking about. He's the real deal, so to speak. And he'll get you the most out of your royalties. How about that? An expense is not the same as an investment. He will be an investment, a return on investment for you. And if you find yourself in a situation to liquidate, you do not want to find somebody that's going to take advantage of you, folks, and they're out there. They're out there by the hundreds. They want to find somebody vulnerable that needs to sell, and like, oh, hey, then they offer them the low ball. David Allen Guest will give you a fair shake, fair market value for your royalties. He's a buyer of royalties from estates, probates, bankruptcies, trusts. He understands that process too. Call him today, 405-341-8698. 405-341-8698. Or look him up on the intraweb. And American Hose and Supply. Those old questions. What if? What if before you needed them, you called American Hose and Supply? What if before those hoses failed, you'd called American Hose and Supply, you already had those hoses on hand, or that one particular hose that always rubs a hole in it, or whatever the case may be. They are there ready to help either way, whether you're ahead of the schedule or behind the schedule. They'll help you. American Hose and Supply. Go to Those Who Know Hose, right next to, well, they're in the Camrock building, right next to Fred's Steakhouse. You can call them 303-1123, 303-1123. Again, go to Those Who Know Hose. Here's the other information I was going to pass along to you as the Football Friday coincides with Halloween night tonight. Okay, so trunk or treat at Merritt versus Crescent during the halftime of the game, the north end zone at the stadium here at Merritt. They'll have their trunks decorated and ready to hand out candy. Children must be accompanied by an adult and return to their seats once halftime is over. It's trunk or treat at the Merritt game tonight. All right, that's Merritt versus Crescent. If you can't make it to the game, you can watch it on ParagonTV.com. Blake Brewer and Travis Stout on the call. About 6:40 for the pregame. 7 o'clock is the scheduled kickoff. Merritt versus Crescent tonight. And then trunk or treat on the north end zone at halftime. So they're going to be handing out candy there. And the Elk City game at Big Elk Stadium versus Bridge Creek tonight. Elementary and preschool kids in costume get in free. Halftime trick or treat on the track for the kiddos. So if you're in a costume, you get in free. If you're elementary and preschool, at halftime they're going to have trick or treat on the track for the kiddos. That's against Elk City versus Bridge Creek tonight. Now, you can watch that game also on BigElkTV.com. Skinny and Jared, Denny Gino, all of the crew going to be there tonight. That pregame starts about 6:20, 6:30. 7 o'clock is the kickoff. So it's Elk City versus Bridge Creek tonight, and they'll have Halloween goodies on the track for the kiddos. Again, all elementary preschool kids in costume get in free to the Elk City football game. Oh, okie dokie. Small schools basketball, man, we're about a week out from them starting. Unbelievable. In fact, some of them start this next Tuesday night. So it is definitely continuing to get deeper and deeper into the year, and before you know it, it's going to be Christmas time. Are you trying to understand why electric rates are rising? Well, check this out. Oklahoma electricity rates remain affordable despite national increases. While it might appear that electricity rates in Oklahoma are climbing due to recent utility rate hikes, a New York Times report shows that Oklahoma continues to rank among the nation's most affordable states for electricity. This is also what makes us very, alluring to businesses to come to this state. But according to the Times analysis, Oklahoma's cost of electricity rose only 0.3% between September 2018 and August of this year. That modest rise stands in stark contrast to the significant price spikes reported in other regions across the country. The report comes as many utilities seek rate increases to cover infrastructure, generation, and fuel expenses. Yet even amid these proposals, Oklahoma energy consumers still benefit from relatively low prices compared to the national average. So right here, the New York Times study highlighted that while Oklahoma's rates slightly increased, some neighboring states experienced declines in electricity costs over the same period. So residents in Kansas saw an 11% drop, while Iowa's rates fell 12.9%. North Dakota recorded an 11.5% decline in their electrical rates. Nebraska saw costs increase by 10.8%. These figures underscore regional variations in electricity pricing trends, often driven by factors such as resource availability, regulatory policy, and energy infrastructure investments. In contrast, other states have not been as fortunate. Guess who's at the top of the list? Well, California. California's rate increases in electricity surged 34%, while Maine prices increased 23% during the same 6-year window. Analysts attribute these spikes to inflation involving energy policies, heavy reliance on renewable energy sources such as wind and solar. The average price of electricity has been rising faster than inflation this year, and government forecasters expect that will continue next year, especially since natural gas prices are starting to climb upward, the Times reported. Politicians are often struggling for answers. This national trend highlights how energy policy decisions and fuel market fluctuations can directly impact households and business budgets. So Oklahoma's advantage in the national energy landscape. Well, despite minimal increases, Oklahoma's electricity affordability continues to give the state an advantage in attracting industry, supporting household budgets. Its diverse energy mix, which includes natural gas, wind, and oil, helps maintain stability even as national prices fluctuate. As policymakers across the U.S. grapple with how to balance grid reliability, renewable investment, and consumer cost, Oklahoma's modest 0.3% increase demonstrates that effective energy strategy can temper the impact of global market volatility. So even though it does seem like that every time you turn around they're gouging a little bit, I did see where OG&E was reducing their rates because of the adjustment of their fuel costs. But as this story does point out, natural gas prices are going up. I talked about it at the beginning of the show, $4.11 per million BTU on trading now. So we'll wait and see. But still, Oklahoma, and I've said it many times, is one of the more affordable places in the United States to live because of our cost of living and cost of energy is definitely insulated from what's going on the coast. You saw that California on the extreme west coast, Maine on the extreme eastern shore, all going off the charts. And both of those states have Democratic leadership. So take that for what it is. We'll be right back with our mop-up segment. My lovely assistant has joined me here in the studio. TJ and I will have your weather forecast, energy stock prices of local interest, energy news in my briefs, and more as the mop-up segment of the Finally Friday edition of the Exploring Energy Show continues after this.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
One of the computers here at the station was crashing, about to lose everything on it, and we didn't even know it. But Dennis knew because he was watching, and he warned us in time.
Hey Gabe, it's Dennis. Our system detected that one of your computers has a hard drive that's about to fail.
Which one?
It's Nathan's.
So what do I need to do?
Well, we probably need to get it in the shop and get the drive cloned to a new machine before he loses any data off of it.
Do you have another computer in stock that we can just get it fixed real quick?
Sure, I've got some in stock. Just need to get it in, get it cloned over, and it'll be good to go.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dennis.
You bet, sounds good. See you.
ITL monitors our computers at Paragon Communications remotely, so Dennis Teal knows there's a problem before we even know it. He helped us save years' worth of valuable files. ITL's remote monitoring comes in very handy here at work. That kind of security system for your computers can keep your business running so you can keep making a living.
Oklahoma, do you need relief on your grocery bill? We've got you covered. 20 ribeyes for only $40 is back. Yes, 20 ribeyes for just $40 is happening right now, this weekend only, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Elk City in the parking lot of Britt's Liquor Loop on 20th Street. Enjoy crazy half-price bulk deals on steak, chicken, pork chops, and seafood. Stock up now at prices on meat you haven't seen since 2019. Bulk family party packs to fill your freezer plus 20 ribeyes for $40 until sold out. 20 ribeyes for $40. Huge truckload meat sale is going fast. Huge bulk deals on New York strips, fillets, mega ribeyes, gourmet smash burgers, plus chicken and seafood. 20 ribeye steaks for just $40. And fill your freezer with bulk deals while they last on premium steak, chicken, seafood, and pork. All payments accepted, cash, credit, debit, and EBT. Hurry out, the huge truckload meat sale won't last long. Happening right now, this weekend only, in Elk City in the parking lot of Britt's Liquor Loop.
So there's a company out there that has a certain color. All the farmers and stuff think their oil has to be used in those certain color of tractors. and it's just not true. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that, but we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. I use it at our place. My son uses it for our colored tractors that we have, and a lot of other farmers use it too. It's the same oil, specifications are the same. It's kind of a myth where they think that it's got to be that certain type of oil for that color of tractor. Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil.
Got problems? God can fix them. This is Pastor Andy Taylor inviting you to come as you are to Trinity Fellowship in Sayre.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Some of the good things happen on the breaks, no doubt. There's my lovely assistant and Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources, part of the Oklahoma Energy Resources Board. Also a proud supporter of this show. And they have got some upcoming educational opportunities like November 6th, facility design, okay? The design and operation of oil and gas production facilities changing fast. This will help you stay ahead of it. Stay in the game. Facility design, November the 6th. It is an in-person or Zoom meeting. So if you want to go to 500 Northeast 4th Street, Suite 100 in Oklahoma City, you can. Or you can do it on a computer. That's November 6th. Get yourself registered before end of business November the 5th. Natural Gas Midstream Marketing 101 coming up December 4th. So these are a couple of the educational opportunities that Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources has. Go to www.soer.oerb.com. That's SOER, SOER.oerb.com. You can find out more. You can find out, kind of follow along with the Mike Rowe deal. So again, Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources, part of the OERB, helping continue to educate our industry. This hour's weather forecast brought to you as a service of Carter Electric. If your power goes out at midnight, you can call Carter Electric. They provide 24-hour emergency electrical service. Want to make sure the power stays on regardless of the weather? Well, Carter Electric is an authorized Generac generator dealer. They can install it, size it. That's important. Make sure you got the right size generator. You don't need too much. You don't need too little for sure. They can install it, and then they can come back and service it. Marion, Curve, and Oregon. They're the ones who own Carter Electric. Help you see the light of day even at night. And a lot of electric work goes on overhead. Carter Electric has pole trucks, man lifts to get way up high if there's a problem up there. Licensed, insured, trusted. Carter Electric. Licensed, insured, trusted. That's Carter Electric. 225-2447. 225-2447. I will tell you about the 24-hour emergency electrical service. If your service provider is not getting electricity to your house, Carter Electric's not going to be able to do anything about it. But if it's on your side of the meter, everybody else has electricity but you, call them. Carter Electric, 225-2447. What do you got over there as far as weather forecast? Chilly and mild?
A little bit, yes. This morning we have increasing clouds with a high near 68, light and variable wind becoming south-southeast 5 to 9 miles per hour in the morning. Tonight we are mostly cloudy with a low around 41, south wind 5 to 8 miles per hour, becoming north-northeast after midnight. Bundle up for the ball games and for trick-or-treating. Saturday, sunny with a high near 59, north-northeast wind 7 to 10 miles per hour. Sunday, sunny with a high near 68, south-southwest wind 8 to 14 miles per hour with gusts as high as 21. Monday, sunny with a high near 71. Tuesday, sunny with a high near 75. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 73. And Thursday, sunny with a high near 74.
There you have it. I don't know what it is about kids today. I mean, they just do not want to wear a jacket.
I know.
You see it freezing out there in their shorts and a T-shirt.
Yeah, my son was that way. I know.
You don't want to spank the kid. You want to spank their parents. Like, what are you thinking?
No, wait.
Ain't you got a mama?
I sent my son to school one day in jeans, and I got a phone call from the principal asking me if I could bring him some clothes. I said, he's got plenty of warm clothes. Look in his backpack or his locker because he was stashing them this morning.
I see.
So it's not always the parents.
Can't always blame the mama, huh?
No.
Energy news in my briefs. Westinghouse expands nuclear power development in an that's with a B, $80 billion plan. Westinghouse Electric joined forces with KECO Corporation and Brookfield Asset Management to create a transformative partnership that will advance nuclear power technology across the United States. The companies announced the agreement on October 28th, confirming plans for at least $80 billion in new nuclear reactors, primarily the AP1000 units manufactured by Westinghouse. According to the companies, these new reactors will be developed at the request of the U.S. government, signaling a major shift toward clean energy and energy independence. The AP1000 design, known for its advanced passive safety systems and scalable modular construction, plays a crucial role in strengthening America's power grid as data center demands grow. Executives said the collaboration will reactivate supply chains, boost uranium mining, and support long-term reactor maintenance. They emphasized that this alliance would create high-quality jobs while supporting the energy transition. Talon Energy reported that, one of its two nuclear reactors at the Susquehanna Steam Electric Station in Luzerne County, Pennsylvania, shut down automatically Tuesday night. The event occurred as firefighters were dispatched to the facility. According to the company's statement to federal regulators, Talon said safety systems performed as designed and the plant remained stable throughout the incident. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission, they confirmed that there were no injuries and that radiation levels stayed normal. Company officials said our operators followed all established safety protocols. The plant remains secure and under full control. While one reactor remains offline pending inspection, the second reactor continues operations, ensuring power to more than 1 million homes. I couldn't imagine working in one of those, like, you just hear your old backside slam shut. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's something. Chevron refinery fire expected to raise gas prices. The significant fire erupted at the Chevron El Segundo refinery in Southern California, disrupting operations at a facility that handles about 16% of the state's gasoline supply. Experts warned the outage could raise fuel prices by 10 to 20 cents per gallon. California reported the fire was contained, but repairs could take several weeks. Energy analysts warned the incident could tighten supply and increase price volatility, particularly in the Los Angeles region. AAA analysts projected that California's average gas price could climb above $6 per gallon. That the refinery remains partially offline into November. The refinery serves as one of the state's most vital energy infrastructure hubs. And again, Bill Gates urges shift from climate battle to human needs. In an unexpected move, Bill Gates, a prominent advocate for climate change action, he published an essay calling for a reallocation of resources away from the battle against climate change toward global humanitarian needs. He argued the world must balance priorities, investing more in poverty, alleviation, education, and public health. We must invest where it matters most for human survival, Gates wrote, describing his position as a rethink of modern environmentalism. His essay drew sharp reactions from the environmental activists and policy leaders, many of whom said his comments were a provocative challenge to the current climate orthodoxy. Oh, boy. What do you got over there as far as energy stock prices, says?
American Electric Power is down $1.03, trading at $120.87. Apache is up 36 cents at $22.76. Baker Hughes is up 8 cents at $48.66. ConocoPhillips is up $1.18 at $89.32. Devon Energy is up 21 cents at $32.22. EOG Resources is up 76 cents at $106.21. Expand Energy is up $2.37 at $102.89. General Electric is up $1.70 at $312.44. Halliburton is up 18 cents, trading at $27.14. Hummer Campaign is down 5 cents at $26.66. Liberty Energy is down 24 cents at $18.50. Occidental Petroleum is up 43 cents at $41.14. OG&E Energy is down 31 cents at $44.15. ONEOK is up 61 cents at $67.35. Phillips 66 is up 10 cents at $137.19. Shan Ridge Energy is up 5 cents at $11.82. Schlumberger is up 7.5 cents at $36.40, and Williams Companies is up 16 cents at $57.79.
You did good.
Thanks.
A lot of grain over there. So.
Yes. Yeah, much better today.
I'm liking it. Well, happy Halloween to each and every one of you.
Yes.
Have a good old time tonight. But like I said, bundle up. Take a jacket, if you will. And again, make sure your kids are dressed warm enough. Okay. Thank you again to my lovely assistant, to all of our great sponsors. Another week in the can. Hope you have a great weekend. I'm Shawn Wilson. Thanks for listening. I promise we'll talk again. Have yourself a great Halloween day.
We're like the flashlight on your keychain, helping you get the job done. 96.5 KECO, Elk City.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. It's not a meltdown yet, but air travel during the shutdown that reaches 31 days is dicey, prompting this response from one of the nation's largest carriers.
Delta Airlines implores Congress to